Hi, everyone, and welcome to Falcon Fridays with your host, Onyi Aladiume, the Chief Justice of Cerritos College. So, today I am going to bring up a relevant topic in today's world, and it's about ways you can occupy yourself while being at home. We all know that coronavirus has hit us very hard, and sometimes it's tough to keep yourself occupied. But I, out of many, just want to let you know of a few ways you could occupy yourself while being at home. And number one is exercise. Unfortunately, due to the virus, gyms all across the country have been closed because they want to help do their part on flatten the curve. So it's tough. All you gym junkies out there who went to the gym every day or a couple times a week really value your gym time. But what you could do for now is, and maybe you're already doing this, but I just want to reiterate, what you could do is look up some exercise videos on YouTube. Maybe your phone, whether Android or iPhone, has like a health app, and within that app, maybe there are some exercise programs you can do, and those are some ways you could, still maintain that exercise motivation, to keep on going, and it's the alternative. You know, Another thing, if you don't want to, stay at home and, do that kind of stuff, you could go and take a walk. Um, Walks are really nice. They are very low risk. You can just walk around your neighborhood or, walk around the streets if need be. Just be aware and be prepared. So, wear your face masks and bring whatever else you need to bring so that you are safe and you're, not trying to catch anything while you're out there. It's better to be safe than sorry. Another thing you could do in terms of exercise is bike ride, and bike riding as well is a good idea. I don't have a bike personally, so I just like to walk and go on the treadmill at home. But I think for those of you that want a little extra challenge, you could try bike riding if you have a bike. But really, all forms of exercise are great. It's definitely a good way to it's good to be healthy and stay in shape. And the next thing you can do to stay occupied is to listen to your favorite music. Sometimes, sometimes, during our busy lives post quarantine, we didn't have too much time to listen to our music, and I think this particular time period of time given to us by the stay-at-home order, and however long this lasts, it gives you a really good opportunity to maybe dabble into some other different area of music that you never thought you would actually want to hear before. And so this is the time. So for example, me, I like to listen to pop, rock, you know sometimes a little bit of hip hop and things like that. But I think a genre that has come to mind recently or within my playlist is country. Country. It's an interesting genre. I do like it, but I feel like during this quarantine, my appreciation for the genre, for example, has increased a little bit, and I'm starting to get more into country, for example. So yeah, that's a way. Another way is to spend time with your family. I know a lot of us probably weren't spending a lot of time with family as much post quarantine. I know for myself, I basically went to school all day every day. I got to school at like 7:30. I would be back home by like almost 9 p.m. most days, and that was tiring. I didn't have time to spend with family. It was just go 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 these past couple months before the stay-at-home order was issued. So yeah, this and those of you that may not, that also didn't have, maybe were in a similar predicament in terms of not being able to spend time with family. I think this time it kind of forces you to, or it forces you to stick near your loved ones, and create closer bonds, you know? And if you're not with your family this time period, if you're by yourself or in another kind of situation, or with relatives, or someone else, then I think a way to spend time with family is go FaceTime. You can go on Zoom, Skype, whatever modern technology you want to use, and at least keep contact with them to let them know that you're safe, that they're safe indoors, they're not disregarding the stay at home issue law and whatnot. So yeah, those I think that definitely, I think family time is very important because you know and for those of you that may not have that may not have family, reach out to those closest to you. Your close friends, the people that you can trust for that. For that support, and spend time with them. Try to use the modern technologies, like I mentioned earlier. And another way to stay occupied is learn how to cook, or cook in general. I think that's cooking is a great skill to have, and some of us may not know how to cook. Well, this is the time where you can definitely learn how to cook, or at least be decent at cooking, because cooking is definitely crucial for sure, later on in life. And I think just knowing how to cook in this modern day and age is great. You kind of are setting yourself apart. So, and it definitely saves you money. You don't have to always buy fast food all the time and stuff like that. So that's definitely a way to stay occupied, learn how to cook or bake. Another option you could do is watch TV shows. So, with that being said, post quarantine, maybe you didn't have a lot of time to watch TV shows and all that kind of stuff, but this is the perfect time to, get on Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever streaming service you are subscribed to, and start binging those shows. For example, I've been really into the show Love is Blind. I continued watching Stranger Things. Almost done with that. There are plenty of shows on streaming services that will definitely get you hooked, and you can move on to shows and shows and shows. And if you want any other recommendations, just put it down below in the comments. Another suggestion I have is play some form of games, video games. Uh, Most of us may have video games, some people may not. So I guess the other alternative would be online games online, as in like browser games like Scrabble, Monopoly, etc. like that. And video games are great. It can definitely be a distractor, from all the craziness this world has to offer. It's definitely a great mind settler in that kind of sense. So definitely try and pick up a game or two, and you'll be surprised on how much stress kind of how much stress games can lift from you in that particular time. Another one is reading books. I know for me myself, I used to be a bookworm, but as I kind of transitioned from high school to college, I kind of stopped reading books for fun. And again, it all goes back to time. Like as many of us generally busy college students, you may not have too much time to just pick up a fun fiction book and read, you know. But like I mentioned, this is the perfect time to, get back into reading. Some people may, if you don't want to, if you're not really the kind of person that likes to have a physical book, what I recommend are audiobooks. Now, audiobooks have been on the rise, and I'm sure most of you may know what audiobooks are. And, that's the alternative. You're just hearing the narrator basically, read the book to you, and that's kind of a form of gaining knowledge. And I know for me, during this time, I'm actually going to be ordering some books myself. I want to get back into the habit of actually reading for fun, not just for school. So I really think that's very important to to keep, make sure that you're always gaining knowledge and learning, for sure. And I think the last thing I'll mention here before I round up here is pick up a new hobby. So some of the suggestions I listed are kind of like hobbies, but maybe you wanted to paint, this is the time, this is the great time with a lot of time on your hands this besides school to learn how to paint, learn how to draw. You may not be that good at it by the end, but you never really know. And you if you're dedicated to learn, you can definitely improve a lot. For example, or learn a new language. Like for example, me, I'm currently learning Japanese because I like anime a lot, and I really want to understand what the characters in anime are saying when I'm reading in subs. But also, I really like the culture. And another language I personally am also kind of starting to is Spanish. I took like while I was in middle school, I took some Spanish classes, but I never really was into learning Spanish, and I never really even to this day, it kind of has been I just hadn't been able to get around to it. But now I'm forcing myself to really learn Spanish because Spanish is a really good language to learn. It'll help you open some doors in some areas, help you communicate with different kinds of people from wherever you are. So I hope with these tips you will be less bored at home, and that you will have a better quarantine life as we know it this far so far. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.